Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is episode 11 of Kannakids. I know I missed last week, but I was trying to shake it up a little bit and try a little something different, but decided to return this week with another episode of Kannakids. So on today's episode, I want to talk the real world of cannabis, maybe get on my soapbox a little bit, and talk about the reality that surrounds the therapeutics of cannabis, both on a general and even a more specific level, and address those who have thought about using cannabis, whether it be for themselves, a family member, or for a child, and they have a lot of questions and they have a lot of concerns, and rightfully so. And also address those who may have heard of others who have used it and have had success, and they also are just full of questions, full of doubts when it comes to the validity and effectiveness of cannabis. Now, many barriers have been torn down by many in this space of cannabis, from growers and cultivators to advocacy groups to healthcare professionals, parents and patients, to literally every walk of life out there. And there are many, many, many more who continue to fight behind the scenes for this plant and its capabilities. But despite all of this work, the trailblazing research, and those anecdotal testimonials, unfortunately, the stigma continues to just linger around the world of cannabis and cannabis in general. So the image that propaganda has been so successful in creating for our public, it needs to stop. And really, it needs to be replaced with images that illustrate the positive impact cannabis has had and continues to have for many out there. We need to continue to show the outstanding and positive impact cannabis has had on patients, children, families, all walks of life. And we need to show what their life was like before cannabis, when on a litany of prescription medications that were ineffective, and compare that with the life that they have after with cannabis. And the term cannabis, it shouldn't be instilling these feelings of fear and concern like it has for so long now, but rather hope and possibility. Because hope and possibility is what cannabis has done and continues to do for many. And it should encourage questions. People should be asking, could this be an avenue for myself, for my family member, for my child, for my friend, for anyone that you care for? How does it work? Why does it work? What could work for me? How do I choose a product? What is the difference between using an oil, a capsule, or smoking it? And really, we should be asking, is there someone out there that can help guide me, my child, or my family through this world of cannabis? Cannabis is helping many people and children out there, and there are many more this plant is waiting to help. But it won't if we, the public, continue to allow the current negative narrative continue to tell the wrong story that it has been telling for way too long now. And this negative narrative, it will continue to carry on if we choose to participate in holding on to the negative perspective that was created long ago by BS propaganda. And if we choose not to hear the positive healing and wellness benefits cannabis has to offer, and therefore choose not to be part of the change that this plant needs, we won't be able to continue to help those that deserve to have access to it. You don't need to stand on a platform in front of Congress to help make this change, but by just taking the minute to listen to the education that is out there that's being offered to you about this plant, it can help you gain a different perspective on what this plant is all about, how it can help so many, including yourself one day, and ultimately help change the narrative this plant needs and deserves. Now, is cannabis for everyone? Does it work for everyone? Well, I'll be the first to tell you, no. Cannabis is not a miracle, although it may feel miraculous to some because they finally found something that works for them, especially when so much has failed them in the past and now is given help. But cannabis is certainly not an option everyone is willing to try or add to their current regimen, even when their current regimen is not working for them. And it's most certainly not a modality that will work for everyone either. But why should we deny or chastise those who choose to try it when everything else has failed them, or when they're looking for a more natural alternative? Or look down on those who are finding success with it, and in turn they have a much improved quality of life, and they find themselves a much better version of oneself because they are finally living a life of quality. Why would we ever deny this option for anyone? And why would we ever look down on someone because they found something that actually works for them or for their child? Now, did you know that nearly 1/3 of prescription medications out there won't work for you? They won't work for me or your family member or anyone out there for that matter? All right, let me just say that one more time. 33% of prescription medications will be ineffective for you, your child, your family member, or someone you love. So with 33% of the prescription medication fleet not being a good fit for you, your child, a family member, or friend, you can see how and why many people and children continue to suffer with no resolve. So doesn't it just seem like a no-brainer that we should be supporting and purporting medicinal alternatives such as medical cannabis that are promising, not because I say so or another advocate of cannabis says so, but rather because science says it is. So I challenge you the next time you hear the word cannabis to think about it in a more positive light and what it could do for someone you love, someone near and dear that may need it one day, and perhaps maybe for even you one day. Because at the end of the day, none of us hold a crystal ball to know what any of our futures hold. The key is to stay educated, to learn, to challenge the status quo when the status quo just may not be working. You'll be better for it because when you grow your perspective, change happens. All right, that is it for my rant today. I hope you join me in the fight for cannabis as a safe, true, viable option for children and everyone out there. I hope you enjoyed my little rant here. If you or anyone you know is seeking to add medical cannabis to their regimen, but they're unsure how to do so, speaking with a healthcare professional who is proficient in medical cannabis is strongly encouraged and advised. Here at Elevated Healing, we provide you with the guidance you need in navigating the world of cannabis for your child and their condition. Please visit www.elevated-healing.com. Also, please share this video with anyone you think may enjoy it, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kannakids. All right, enjoy the rest of your week. Until I see you again next week, be safe, be healthy, and always know there is hope around the corner. Bye, everyone.